We learned from the comments in the last video that most of you are probably in the bathroom right now.
Dude. That's the loot.
You're going to a wedding soon, son.
She's looking at.
It's really, really hard to make something fake look real.
I think you'll be surprised to see just how much a corridor video changes in the edit. A few weeks ago, we went out and shot a zombie video for The Walking Dead. Now, in reality, we shot an infinite number of videos. Because if I were to give this footage to any different editor in here or in the world, I will get something different back from each one. Somehow, somewhere, there's a perfect combination of these shots with the perfect cuts and the perfect edits that will give a maximum emotional punch to this video. And I need to find that. If you don't do a good job of your edit, you let down all the thousands, if not millions of people that are going to watch your video. So I'm sitting down here with the edit. I want to show you guys just how much this changed and improved and shifted from bouncing from Adrian to myself to Sam. I think you'll be surprised to see just how much a corridor video changes in the edit.
Subscribe.
First, a quick disclaimer. You'll notice the footage looks really flat at first. That's because it's all in its log color state where the colors are very, very flat for color grading. So right here is the moment where we reveal the zombie to Jake. It's been under a tarp in a cage the whole time.
Who's lying now? Unlatch the gate! Get him, Zeke!
Ah! Zombies! Things that I notice as the director when I shot this.
Who's lying now?
That line reading, a little weird.
Unlatch the gate!
A lot of dead time before he yells that, which makes it feel like a slow reaction. The gate doesn't have much impact when it lands on the ground. It just kind of hits in the bottom of the frame. And the very next reaction is not the zombie bursting out explosively, but the captain just basically yelling.
Get him, Zeke!
What just happened is the gate just got opened, the zombie needs to explode out, it just seems to be a burst of energy, and we're like, wait. It's a wide shot, he comes running towards camera. So there's not a lot of actual kinetic movement on frame. All the pieces are there, we can see it, it's a cohesive scene, but I think there's a lot of ways we can punch it up.
We learned from the comments in the last video that most of you are probably in the bathroom right now. Well, let me say thanks for spending your time with us here at Corridor Digital. Today, we're gonna go around to everybody and do what's called Defend Your Amazon History. Now, no one knows this is coming and hashtag no regrets. Set the mood.
Ooh.
I know you recently went vegan. I imagine we're gonna see a lot of that in here.
Protein bars.
Garden of Life protein bars. Hey, there they are.
Good wipes. Flushable men's cleaning butt wipes.
Yeah, those are good to have. Yeah.
You have them?
Oh, look at you. Yeah. Poopery before you go toilet spray. Yeah, that's just common sense.
I use that stuff.
That's just common sense. You got some Hanes striped ringer boxer briefs. Do you have those on today?
I do. Hey Danny, how you doing? You getting ready for yours?
You getting ready for your... I'm just looking at what I bought. It's not much.
Sure, man. Yeah.
I'm just deleting all the gallons and gallons of lube that I've ordered.
My browsing history.
Things you haven't quite made the plunge on yet. Organic miso.
We got white pair of boxers here.
How hip are you? Look at this guy.
Look at these.
Look at this guy. Man, if you showed up in that, Carmichael, dude, with these pants on, I mean, wow.
You'd be almost as hip as Sam.
You're a pretty normal guy.
I have many murder weapons in my Amazon history. I don't want to be connected to these murders.
Let's see. You haven't bought anything on Amazon since January 13th?
I don't really use Amazon that much. I bought a new microphone, a microphone stand, XLR cable.
What are you recording, bud? New music?
Young Face, dude. That's my rapper alter ego. Gotta make those tracks.
I noticed that in your cart you got some whey protein. You going to the gym?
Dude, are you trying to get swole?
Yeah, I've been trying to get swole, but I didn't order it yet because I just went to the grocery store.
Couple tees, couple
Well, so
plain
this
tees.
is kind of interesting because these are all 5XL t-shirts. This was for Halloween. I was Cusco from Emperor's New Groove, so I had to wear like a long red dress basically, so I just ordered a really big t-shirt. That's what
You've only made 2 Amazon orders in the last 6 months?
But someone made this book called Milk and Vine that has a bunch of Vine quotes in it without crediting the original people who made the Vines. And it was a #1 seller on the Amazon bookstore. None of my Vines are in it, so I'm not really mad that I wasn't credited. I'm just sort of mad that I wasn't in the book.
Yeah.
Oh, these are my favorite chips. They only make them in Chicago, and they only sell them in Chicago, so I was trying to see if I could order them on Amazon.
Were you able to?
I don't think so, but currently unavailable.
All right, here's my version.
Who's lying now? Unlatch the gate!
Not a ton different than Adrian's, but some noticeable differences. Things are a little bit tighter in general, less dead space. Finally, I tried to add more impact to the door falling open. Boom! Close-up shot. Everything slow motion falling in front of the camera. But my exploding shot, how it comes out, is now a close-up from the side, so that motion when it kicks in is much more intense. Now, there's still some problems here that Sam noticed when he sat down. Oh, it's color graded now, enjoy. Jake's line of, whose line now, is completely missing. And instead, we get right to the action.
Unlatch the gate!
Perfect.
Those lines didn't exist next to each other in the script, but Sam can manipulate it so that it seems that way. Now we're just like in it.
Off! Off!
So that's much more explosive. The zombie just comes screaming out of that gate. Now this is my version where I went back in and did my final cut. I looked at what Sam did. I liked a lot of his things, but there's one thing that was missing, and that is the punctuation of the gate being open. I'm a big proponent of having good rhythm in your edits, where it's like fast, 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 slow, fast, 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 slow. And when you do that, you give the audience an idea of what's important. People love build-ups more than they love payoffs. Nobody will tell you that, but it's true. Anyways, here's the final version.
Unlatch the gate! Off! Off! Get him, Zeke!
There you have it. Punchy, intense, get all the characters in there, you know emotionally where people are at, we got some rhythm to it, we got some style to it, change in cinematography to really emphasize the fact that the gate is open, and then boom, it comes exploding out of the gate. They say a movie is written 3 times. Once in the script, because with the script, of course, you're actually literally writing the movie. On set, it's going through the actors and they're interpreting it, and it all shifts what you're actually filming. And then finally, in the edit, because you get to rearrange and cut and add and manipulate the footage that you have to communicate information to the viewer.
I wouldn't do this to anyone without having to do it to myself as well, so.
How often do you guys use Amazon then?
A lot. I order something
Almost
probably
daily.
on there like once a week. Hemp, The Story of My Life by Iceberg Slim.
book? Yeah, defend this one.
So I was watching Dave Chappelle, and he was talking about how Iceberg Slim wrote a book. I like to read all kinds of books, but one of my most interesting, favorite types of reads is when you read something that's from somebody that has a completely different opinion on everything than you do. All right, 2-pack of Indian long skirts. This is all Wendy's stuff. I didn't order these.
Did you buy half of the supplies for the studio on your own?
No, I just used to buy them on mine and then use the corridor
On
card.
on whose?
Oh!
That's the 3rd time today, you dick.
You done got.
Just got.
elbows in. Let's go to the browsing history.
Who's looking at Suits?
Are you pregnant, Jake?
I wasn't looking at Suits. Wendy was looking at Suits.
Is she trying to dress you up?
She trying to dress you up.
What is this suit?
She's looking at Suits for me.
This is a 3-piece suit with a. Oh, look at the cape on
She's
it.
looking at Suits for
She
me,
wants a
dude.
hat on there.
Dude, ooh, classy ass
Yeah,
white
Jake.
suit. That's the loot
You're
lawyer
going
with
to
the
wedding soon, son.
She's looking at Suits for me, son. She's trying to dress me.
exciting stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Seen what Nick's?
If you want to, yeah.
How many lightsabers you been buying?
Okay, so I got these for my family as Christmas gifts. Great Christmas gifts. Because there was a sale, so you get the 4-pack. I got my parents one, my brother one.
You bought your parents light bulbs for a Christmas
Philips Hues, dude. They're not just light bulbs, man.
They're Philips Hues.
Basically, these light bulbs allow you to connect through Wi-Fi and control on your phone. So my room doesn't get sunlight in the morning, so I have a timer in my room that basically sets all the lights to sunlight temperature.
Does this just uses Wi-Fi or does it use like Z-Wave?
No, it's just
Wi-Fi,
Wi-Fi.
'cause you get
just
a hub.
plug it in. So these are great, man. Okay, I got The Complete Works of Julius Caesar. It's a great read. Really, actually, a good read because this guy's life was so crazy, dude. Like, the amount of campaigns he did, and like, just the amount of problem solving he had to do as a leader was this. It just makes you go,
I might
wow.
buy that. Can you share that with me?
I can let you borrow
How do
it
you
if you
share
want.
that with me?
Here you go, guys. Enjoy this.
Okay.
Lists. Which list do you want to look at?
80s.
80s?
No, wow, you have a lot of lists. Of course you have a lot of lists.
Are you screen capping this?
These aren't.
Wait, what's in your emergency list? Let's 1300 degree smokeless solid fuel tablets. Oh, you just break it
Purifier.
and break
break it and make
when it
fire.
burns?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
This is probably the most expensive thing on the whole
Solar
list.
power bank. That's genius. How did I not come up with that? Wow. Can you share this list with me?
Sure, man. I got some hiking socks, working gloves.
Good list, dude.
Zip ties, classic.
Yeah, this is all.
You gotta bury your shit somewhere. It's a standing funnel, so that way she can go to the bathroom in the wild. She can just stand and pee like a guy. She doesn't have to go squat somewhere. It's pretty clever.
That's a highlight.
That's one of the things that after a week you're thrown out of your bag.
Then we got this beauty.
Those are amazing.
They just filter the most shittiest water and make clean, drinkable water. Tactical pants.
Back pants, of course.
A waterproof duffel bag, 75 liter.
Waterproof, good idea.
When you're cooking, you don't want the wind to blow out your fire. Emergency thermal blanket for 2.
Wow.
Waterproof backpacks, 50 liters. Normally meant for like front yards and stuff.
Yeah.
Spike flashlights that you just solar power and you put around your camp.
That's a good idea. This is a great list. I'm really impressed.
A lanyard and a compass in one, so you always got a direction.
Can you share this list with me? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Got a med kit.
This has been a learning adventure.
Here's where it gets risky though. Food rations. 3,600 calories per bar, 3 days supply.
It's like elvish bread, dude.
It has a 5-year shelf life.
Dude, that is real life lembas bread, dude.
Per bar? Per bar?
That's actually about the calorie count that I'm having right now per day. Waterproof matches, tablets that you can start cleaning water, tack knives, Leatherman, Bushcraft 101.
Yeah, dude, this is really. I'm pleasantly surprised, Carmichael. I feel like
It's about 2 years worth of work.
you're gonna make it out of this whole thing alive, buddy.
If I ever get to ordering.
I think it's a good way, like a good measure of understanding how your life has changed. Look at your Amazon history.
Or your wish list.
On this Walking Dead video, I was tasked with doing the visual effects for it, and I wanted to talk about one of them that was a well-planned shot that I think came out really well. And he gets stabbed, and it's supposed to come sprouting out of his chest like he got stabbed from behind. And for the actual physical shot, they actually put the stake in, like, I don't know, it was attached to some sort of plate underneath his clothes. The spike is there in the camera, in shot, in real life. For real, it's there. What we could have done is have him go like, "Claw!" and have like a CG spike there. It's really, really hard to make something fake look real. What is easy is actually doing it for real and then erasing it where you don't want it there. The idea here is that we're gonna literally just paint out the spike for the beginning of the shot, first couple frames. But the thing is, I wanted to stretch that out to like 7 or 8 frames to really kind of show the spike slowly emerging. Paint out the stake that there's no stake at all. The stake is covering most of the background, so you track the background and then you track in a clean plate. There should be a spike jutting out, but there's not because we only see the still frame of the background that I tracked back in. Boom, just like that, I covered it up with a piece of shoulder. What's crazy about doing effects like this is that if you literally look at this underneath a microscope, it's terrible. This is garbage. It's not perfectly matched up, but you know what matters? Not that. No one's gonna care about that because it's gonna be covered up with a spike jutting out, so you don't even have a chance to really look at it. And that brings me to the spike itself. Normally for something like this, you would basically just take a still frame of the spike to animate that going from inside of his chest to out, like revealing it behind a mask. The problem is that anytime you use a still frame, it doesn't really change much, and if it's moving, it should at least change. It's a very subtle detail that your eyes are gonna pick up on, but your brain might not pick up on that. It's less about trying to add something and more about having it there to begin with and removing it where it's not needed. So what I actually did here is I rotoed out the spike on every frame here up until about this point. And so then it slowly comes shooting out here. And then at this point right here, all the background plates, gone. The little animated stake, gone. It's now original footage, and it goes that way for the rest of the shot here. To even this out, I threw in like a little blood splatter. It's supposed to be there to fill the void, because, you know, you just got stabbed. The thing that sells the shot isn't my visual effects, it's the realistic motion at which Brett gets stabbed. He's like, "Hah!" He makes it look like he got stabbed from behind. He sells it with his motion. It's not so simple in terms of execution, but it's simple in theory. There's a spike there, you have it for the whole shot, and when you're actually getting stabbed, you paint it out and animate the stabbing coming on, and then the effect is done.